Hello, my name's Keara, and today I'm gonna show you how to just do some fun, crazy sketchbook pages that are a fun way to kind of let your mind go crazy and just relax while life gets chaotic. So the goal of this is to not really care about the outcome, so I'm gonna start with some funky little Sharpie lines, contour lines that I'm gonna squiggle all around my page. Not really planning anything in particular. Have them overlap, have some weird lines happening. And we'll go into this side as well, because why not? And as you just let your mind go kind of crazy, you can start to think of what you want to use next. So I happen to have a lot of oil pastels, just some plain ones, and I'm going to add in some texture, and color inside and outside some of the lines. It's fun to use different mixed mediums because you wouldn't typically assume that they work well together, but you get to kind of create your own jumbled up page of fun. And I find sketchbooks just being a really fun way to have a physical way to hold all of my worries, my ideas, my daily notes that I have on life, on school, and having them for years and collecting different books. Going through them now, I look back and I'm like, whoa, I have some funky stuff that happens. Now I'm going to take an oil stick, just kind of go over everything again. Just keep on adding the layers. A lot of people do fun like calendar collage books where they add in photos. That would be a cool way to spice this up too, is if I had photos to glue in, or like newspaper collage clippings. That kind of creates a fun little collage-y aesthetic to it, but I really enjoy just making crazy doodles that kind of don't really matter, because not all art has to matter all the time and be super important and crazy, because could be equally as important as anything else. It's helping my mind find a way to relax and just take a break from the daily hassle of work and school and life. So I'm going to take another oil stick and we're going to draw in a flower. Because for some reason when I tend to be sitting bored with my sketchbook, I always resort to some kind of flower that I doodle throughout all my pages. My favorite thing is to work with permanent things that you can't erase, like a pencil, like working with oil pastels and oil sticks and Sharpies, because then you have to watch your history and see what mark you made where and when and evaluate why you did it. So it creates this cool little physical moment of all your decision making, and it's really unique because we don't often have that a lot with like technology. You can delete and restart anything, but with this it's all raw and captured physically in the moment, and it'll be there forever. I mean, I technically could scrape this all off and try to restart, but then you'd have to deal with the smudges and the smears, and it still leaves that past mark. So it's a fun little time capsule of your creative thoughts. So as we're seeing, there's some weird layers going on. I'm going to go back into it now with a micron pen, little size 005, and we're gonna go into the plain paper spots and add in some patterns. Just finding every little portion of something you can add in is fun, because it kind of makes a treasure hunt for your brain to zone out into. For someone who deals with a lot of anxiety, I love to find ways to help my mind relax whenever possible, and this has been something I've always resulted to basically my whole life. I remember everywhere I would go as a kid, even in restaurants, I'd ask my mom if she had a pen and a paper so that I could draw and get my ideas that were stuck inside my brain out onto the paper. So she always learned to carry a pen with her wherever she went, and now I do the same. So I'm just adding in some weird little lines, letting the drawing kind of take its own way, letting my hand kind of just zone out. Let's see what else I have in my pencil case. Got another thick oil stick. This one's a different shade of orange, so I'm gonna try it out. Go add in some little highlights. I feel like with a lot of artists, a lot of people tend to be perfectionists, and that's totally fine, but like sometimes to just not care about the outcome is very important, because not everything works out the first way or exactly how we see it in our brain. So being able to experiment and process is a really important tool to be able to have and to like, because if you don't like what you're doing, then what's the point? Like, this is probably one of my favorite things to do, is to just zone out and make a mess. In high school, I was always told to stop pouring paint on things, but it was fun. So I would make a sculpture out of plaster and I would pour paint on it, and then I would go over top of it with Sharpie and draw crazy little doodles. And as long as you're enjoying yourself and having fun, that's really all that matters, because then you make your most unique creations and you're at your happiest. It's one fun thing I've learned while learning to discover my strengths as a young artist. I'm currently a freshman and I'm planning on majoring in painting, and I do a lot of oil painting, and sketchbook work has just always been a fun little side part of my day. I try to do a sketch a day just to keep my mind flowing and my hand moving. It's always a good part to keep a routinely process like that. Even though it's routinely, I don't like have a strict plan for everything. So now I'm taking some yellow oil pastels and kind of using this lighter color to have as like a blending medium between everything else. So then it's kind of connecting all of these blobs and crazy marks that I've made. Go back into this side. And it's okay to have it be messy and have oil marks on your clothes and have your hands feel sticky and gross. And it just means you're making cool art and you're deep into the process. That's what it's all about. Imperfection sometimes makes the most perfect things and you don't even know. That's why you gotta go through it all, enjoy yourself, and just make your process fun. It's all about what I try to do within any kind of art I make, is I need to enjoy the process, because if you don't enjoy what you're doing and how you do it, there's really no chance you're gonna like the outcome. And for someone who wants to continue art in their life, I really want to enjoy the outcome of most things I make, so whatever I do, I try to make it as fun as possible. So yeah, if you look closely, get these crazy marks. It's thick, it's messy, there's layers, you can see the shadows of the Sharpie that we started with underneath. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, well, thank you, and I hope this inspires someone to start a little dream anxiety sketchbook, zoned out book of their own that holds all their feelings and fun times. Thanks, bye.